Alright, so we're back on MTG Arena for this episode, and we're going to do an updated version of our Izzet Drake's list. This list actually comes from the top 16 of the most recent SEG Open in Baltimore by way of Dominic Harvey. So the key differences between this deck and the deck we played before is the deck before had Goblin Electromancer and Arclight Phoenix, and you were trying to combo off as quickly as possible to get as many Phoenixes into your graveyard before recurring them with all of your cheap spells. In this version, we forgo all of that for a little more streamlining of our creature suite with Crackling Drake, Enigma Drake, and Pteramander. Pteramander is the newest addition from Ravnica Allegiance, and then we protect it with things like Dive Down and Spell Pierce, and we dig for them with the same way we did before with Opt, Chart Course, and Discovery, and then we have our own removal in the form of Shock and Lightning Strike and Beacon Bolt. Then in the sideboard, we play 3 Disdainful Strokes, 2 Merfolk Mystics, 3 Negates, 2 Lava Coils, 1 Raptor Hatchling, 2 Rekindling Phoenixes, and 2 Niv Mizzet. So pretty standard. Hopefully it plays about the same as the other one, maybe a little bit different since we're not trying to turbo things out anymore. And we'll see if we can get a victory in a best of 3 sideboarded match. So let's go ahead and sleeve it up and see how we do. Alright, so we are on the play. We have 1 island, Opt, Spell Pierce, Chart Course, Enigma Drake, and Crackling Drake. I don't think we can keep this hand. This hand is even worse, so we're going down to 5. We have to keep this one, we have to keep that land. Our opponent's saying hello, but this is already a really poor start to our video. So here's a shock, and we're completely dead in the water now. We need to start drawing action, so I guess I have to bottom put those up. So the red-black aggro deck, we're going to take 2 here. We can drop Beacon Bolt, shock myself, and pass the turn. Alright, so Judith, that's what we're going to shock. We're still going to take 3, but it's not a permanent 3. Alright, Sulfur Falls. So let's... We're at 1, 2, 3, 4... there, so that makes this 1 and 3. And then we'll Beacon Bolt this away. We're completely out of cards. So this is 1 and 4. A land or a spell, and we should be in good shape. Midnight Reaper. Crackling Drake works really well on this board. And there's a shock. So we will pass the turn. They probably have like a cast down or something. Going to shock it. Light up the stage. Sure. So if I lightning strike now, it'll be good for 9 damage. But I want to hold that back just in case we need it as removal. We'll be taking 2 here. And another 2. Alright, let's see what we got here. So these are good, but the problem is with only 5 lands, it forces me to use the lightning strike this turn no matter what. But we also have so few creatures, we only play 12, that we can't really turn away win conditions when we see them. And they don't do anything now. So I think I have to ship both of those and draw a card. Dive down works, actually. We'll pass the turn. Okay. There's 1. Alright. Force them to use all of their resources there. Alright, so we definitely want the Lava Coils, I think we definitely want the Niv-Mizzets, and we definitely want the Tricksters. To take out, I think, some of the Discoveries here. The Spell Pierces. And maybe one of the Charted Courses. Alright, let's see how that does. Alright, we're on the draw. We have 2 removal spells and some early Drakes here. I think this is perfectly fine, so let's go ahead and keep it. Duress, sure. I guess they're taking probably our Lava Coil. Maybe the Shock. So they took the Shock. I'm not going to play the Mountain. I want to keep that information hidden. They could duress us again here, I guess. There's an Artist. We're going to get hit for 2 there. We'll play a Sulphur Falls. I want to save that for like a Judith if they have it. We'll get rid of both of those. We have 4 lands already. Alright, so no Judith. Have a light up the stage. I guess they were looking for lands, and they were able to hit. Alright. We'll see what they do here. I guess they want to keep it there. Alright, so we gotta start dropping some stuff here. I guess Enigma Drake and a land. I'm sure they have some sort of removal. Chupacabra, yep. Alright, so let's kill the artist here. And play an Enigma Drake. We'll block the Chupacabra. That puts us to 1, and any other burn spell, and we're good. Yep, that's it. Why they didn't just play this is just beyond me. We're tapped out, they can swing and do it anyway. Gets it on the board. You don't have to sacrifice it to do it. It's pretty poor. Alright, so I think I still like the configuration. We just kind of got outgunned there a little bit and didn't see enough of our removal. We only saw a shock, a lava, or 2 shocks and a lava coil, and we got one of the shocks to rest, so we will go ahead and keep it this way. Alright, on the play we got a Terramander, Merfolk Trickster, and an Enigma Drake. I think we're going to keep it. Lead off with the island here. Firebrand. Alrighty. So we haven't drawn any... I'm going to attack for 2 here. And then play an Enigma Drake. Sure. That's a lot of stuff that we're not able to do right now. So no attacks this time. Sell Freebooter, they get to take the Beacon Bolt. Enigma Drake sounds fine to me. You're tapped and play the Drake here. No attacks. So now this is at 1/6 because that was our first actual spell. They're out of cards now. And we'll pass. this Kite Cell freebooter. Getting back our Beacon Bolts. And that puts us at 1, 2, 3. So this is at 1 and 4. We will pass the turn. Alright, so our opponent is obviously drawing dead. Have flyers, one of them they're about to all get really big, so they had enough. Alright, so a little bit of talking about the deck. That matchup is pretty aggressive, the red-black aggro deck. But we had enough removal to kind of keep pace a little bit, and then once you start dropping big flyers, there's not much they can do about it because they're almost all on the ground, and their removal, other than Lava Coil, can't really handle it as well. So having said that, I'm not really sure how the deck would fare against a more controlling or mid-range deck. But against aggro, it seems like it can be fine as long as they're not too fast. We did lose game 2 because they came out a little too hot, and we didn't see much of our removal other than... Well, we actually did see 3 pieces of removal, but one of them got to rest away. But still, I feel like this deck has a lot of potential still in the format. It was one of the best decks in the format in the previous standard before Ravnica Allegiance, and I'm pretty sure it'll stay that way this time around. So maybe we should go back to... testing out with the Phoenixes and the Electromancers, although I do feel like this was more streamlined, and you didn't have to make weird decisions like, oh, should I cast my Ops and Shocks now, or should I save them for a big Phoenix turn? Now you can just cast them without worry, so it makes those decisions a little bit easier when you're not trying to combo off. You're just trying to dig, remove, and play big fat flyers. Alright, so thanks for joining us this time around, and we will see you on the next episode of Friday Night Magic with Karusamon, where we will be digging back into Arena with something a little spicy. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and join us on our next episode. Thanks. Bye.